guys, it's Adrian. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Top 5 Wednesday. It's been a while since I've done a Top 5 Wednesday video. But before I get started, I want to show you my shirt. I got this shirt from my husband like a year ago for my birthday, and it was kind of awesome, and I realized you can't see it in the camera. But it says, Procrastinators Unite, tomorrow. Anyway, I'd also like to say it's like springtime outside. I'm wearing short sleeves and the sun is shining. You can see it on my bookshelves and it's kind of annoying. The sun never shines in the Netherlands, so I'm very excited. As soon as I'm done, I'm going outside for a walk. Enough of that nonsense. Today's topic is top 5 books you felt betrayed by for whatever reason. So I've got 5 books that I felt betrayed by for a couple different reasons that I'd like to share with you. First up is Handle with Care by Jodi Picoult. I can't really tell you why I felt betrayed by this book because it will spoil the entire book for you. But Jodi Picoult has a way of writing endings that just either leave you flabbergasted or heartbroken. And even though nearly all of her books do that, it still gets me. Even though I know some kind of tragic or flabbergasting or heartbreaking ending is coming, every time I get to the end of the book, I'm still surprised and I still feel betrayed. You gotta stop killing me, Jodi Picoult, please. But don't stop writing good books, because that would be sad. The next 2 books are concluding books to trilogies that I didn't like for one reason or another. And the first one being Allegiant by Veronica Roth. I liked Divergent, and I liked, what's it called? Insurgent. But Allegiant, it was just awful. I'm sorry. I hate saying that people's hard work was awful, but I just didn't like it. I felt like it took turns that, I don't know, I didn't relate to it anymore. I finished it like a good girl, but I didn't really like it. I felt like the series could have done so much better with a better ending. That being said, this was one of my first dystopian reads, so maybe that's it. I'm still trying to figure out what I feel about dystopian reads. But, yeah, it betrayed me. Next up is Boundless by Cynthia Hand. This book, I enjoyed the book. Nothing wrong with the book. Did not like the romance that Clara ended up with. I thought it was really sad. I wanted her to end up with somebody else. So I felt betrayed that she didn't end up with who I thought she should end up with. And I'm sorry, but she should have. She picked the bad choice. And if anybody has read this series, let me know down below if you feel the same way or if you are happy with the person that Clara ended up with, because I was not. She betrayed me. She is just not cool. Next up is a book that is not very well known, and most of you have probably never even heard of it, but it's called Someone Has to Die by Jim Batten, or Baton. I don't really know how to say his last name. This book was set up to have a really good premise. It basically deals with religious and cultural tolerance and acceptance and let's everybody get along, kumbaya, that kind of thing. It takes place in Indonesia, which was also really interesting for me. I was very interested in seeing culture, the culture of Indonesia, because I don't really know anything about Indonesia, so that was interesting in and of itself. I just feel like this book was so cliche. It was a okay read, like I enjoyed it to some extent, but it was so cliche and it didn't really live up to the expectations that I had of this book, because this is such a relevant topic. The characters were kind of not relatable, and it just, I don't know, I think that this book had so much potential to be something really significant and meaningful, so it just let me down, because I was really excited to read this book. Next up is probably a really unpopular opinion, and I'm kind of sorry, kind of not, because it is what it is. We all have our opinions and preferences, but the last book that I really felt betrayed by, I just finished last week, and that is Every Heart a Doorway by Sinan Maguire. I don't know what I expected. No, that's not true. I lied to you. See, I betrayed you. Put me number 6. I I did know what I expected from this book. I expected whimsy and fantasy, because this book is about a school for wayward children that in actual fact is a school to help children who come back to their actual world after stumbling into a magical realm somehow. So think Alice from Alice in Wonderland, the kids from Narnia, anybody who for whatever reason ended up into a magical realm. So I expected this book to be happy, like magical and whimsical. I will say that I am intrigued by the fact that the author decided to take different worlds than the ones that we actually already know, and to show that there are actually deep, dark worlds. So I'm not really a big fan of dark, creepy books. That's just who I am. The story was okay, and I do appreciate the different take on events, on worlds, but it was just too dark for me. I didn't like it, and I was so excited to read it. I thought that I was gonna see maybe some characters from old stories, like the kids from Narnia or Alice in Wonderland or whomever from random fairy tales, and I didn't. So on one hand, I'm really glad that I didn't, but on the other hand, it was just not my book. It was too dark for me, and I just didn't like it. And I'm sorry if you liked it. I can sort of see why people like it, but I just didn't. So I had such high hopes for you. Alright guys, that was my really quick Top 5 Wednesday. If you are new to Top 5 Wednesday, I will leave all the links in the description box so you can go check it out and maybe do some of your own Top 5 Wednesdays. If you have a Top 5 Wednesday video for this week, leave it in the description box. I'd love to go see it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not already, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of my little bookish community here. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.